was a sight for my soul.
My name is Trills. I'm the guy in Atlanta. I am excited about this event because we talked about it with a couple of leaders, a couple of experts. How can we contact and get in contact with people to help them go from mentorship to ownership? Also, how can we show them a way to earn income? You can turn me down a little bit. Rashad, how can we help people get income, right? Grow income. And so, what I'm going to be talking about today, and what the people are going to be talking about today, is going to be so impactful that I'm just happy that you guys are here. So, we're going to get started. And the first one I'm going to bring up, this gentleman, man, this gentleman is amazing. He changed my life, right? He changed my life because I was hard-headed, and I was like the type of guy that I made money before, and I'm like, I know what I'm doing, right? And sometimes you need people in your life that can humble you, or you got to humble yourself to receive new information, new blessings that's going to bring more wealth to you, right? And so when I first met this guy, we was doing Bitcoin, and I was doing Bitcoin. He made millions with Bitcoin. I'm like, yeah, Bitcoin. And then, you know, it changed. Things went up and down, and then they got to regulate it. So we were like, dang, well, there goes Bitcoin, right? Because yeah, it's good on the world, but the United States will regulate you, okay? You can't even use Bitcoin without paying taxes on it now. So there goes Bitcoin. And so when I met him, when we talked about this program, I do a lot of marketing. And so he had he was like, Jeff, you know, I need one of your marketing cards. I have a new program that I got to show you guys, you know. I said, cool. But I was like, okay, send me the information so I can make you this virtual business card. And when he sent me the information, I was looking at the video to set up right. I was looking at the video like, dang, become your own bank? Oh man, like chasing them? So I kept putting the card together. It was like, wow, man. What? I need my credit fixed. They think fixed credit. They talking about getting money back in your job? Well, I don't have a job. I ain't had a job since 2004. But I wish I had knew about this back in 2003, or maybe less, so I could make some money, get my money back, right? So as I'm making the card, I'm like, man, it's in my head. So I said, Jonathan, the card is done. And he went about his business. He didn't even tell me, like, you know, you want to get into this? He's like, thank you, man. But it's been on my mind. It was on my mind. I'm like, dang, y'all want to, because I'm from Africa. I am from Ghana. And I wanted to build a bank back then called Trillionaire Trust Bank, TTB, right? So I was already looking on how to become a bank. I looked at the black-owned banks here, and they're limited on what they can do. It's not like chasing them. They can do some things, but they can't do everything the big banks can do. And then I watched something, how America was built. And it was built by the Rockefellers, Chase, JP Morgan Chase, and Rockefeller, Chase, and Carnegie. They ran this country, all right? And Chase had all the money. He had all the money. And he bought Carnegie out for the steel mill. Carnegie wanted like 11 billion at the time for his stuff. And Chase wrote a check. If you guys don't understand nothing else, we put our money in these banks every day. And we know we don't get nothing back for it. Pennies on the dollar, right? But when you become your own bank, and if you have children that are young, and we're going to show you how to create a bank for them and all that cool stuff, and then 10 times more, your life will change, will literally change from this day on. You see the knowledge that we're putting forth. So without further ado, I want to bring up the gentleman. He's a multi-millionaire. He's built businesses. He's a real estate investor, done major things in his life. And I'm honored to have him here because he's going to share something with you guys. Like, I'm not a speaker. I'm actually nervous right now, but I'm not a speaker, right? But I'm going to speak to you because you guys got to receive this knowledge that I got, right? But this man right here, I call him the word whisperer. Like, this man is magical with words, like Lucky Charm magical. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, the way he put words together, and it's so crazy. I was like, man, I'm trying to be like this man. He's going to come up here and kind of share, bring us all together. It was actually his brainchild for a stock training seminar. I just took it and ran with it. You feel me? I'm like the running back. I'm going to run that bad boy to the touchdown lane. You feel me? And I want you to understand that you ain't got to be perfect to do it all. Like, I'm not perfect, and I'm not a speaker just yet. I'm getting into my speaker stuff. But I took on the challenge to do it. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Just do it. Nike made the best slogan in the world. Just do it. Just do it. Ooh, baby Jesus. Listen. So if you just do it, things will start to work for you. You'll figure it out, right? But you gotta just do it. A lot of us want to get ready, think about, I don't want to mess up. Listen, you better mess up. Mess up forward. Go forward and mess up. Because if you don't mess up, you ain't gonna grow. Period. And so, I want to bring on this man, and he's gonna share with you guys the vision of this Stop Running seminar. And we're gonna take this bad boy all across the United States and Canada, right? So, let's without further ado, I want to give it to my mentor, my coach, Mr. Jonathan Seidler!
I don't know if y'all saw me on Facebook Live. Somebody put me on Facebook Live yesterday, and they say, "What's the secret? What's the secret? What's the secret?" And I'm gonna tell you the secret. The secret is master this, and you'll be fine. Y'all with me? Pay attention. Master saying, "Hello." That's it. Y'all waiting for some kind of magical move? Master saying hello. See, because when I talked to Jeff, and he's right, 2017 was the best year I've ever had in the industry. I made a lot of money with other stuff, but I don't know what happened in 2017. It just grew. It just grew. I used to have an afro. It grew so much my hair popped out. I mean, it just grew in 2017. And then I started going back to the basics. I said, Jonathan, what helped you start making the kind of money you made and it changed your life? Y'all, anybody ever seen tough times in life? Let me see the hands of those who've seen tough times. Because I'm that guy that used to sleep on the street. I'm that guy that quit high school with a college degree handed to me. I'm the guy that didn't know what it was like to play with his dad. Anybody been through tough times? My mother told me something though when I was a little kid. I saw her come home and she was crying one day. I was 10 years old. My mother never knew that this impacted me until she flew to my grand opening in Boston, Massachusetts, 20 years later. One day my mother was in the kitchen crying. And it was just me and my sister and my mom, and I got up and I saw my mom crying. Never saw my mother cry before. And when I saw her crying, I said, Mom, what's wrong? She said, Junior, go back to bed. Now, if one of y'all call me Junior, I promise you. We got what we call a situation. She said, Junior, go back to bed. And I'm going back to bed. She said, son, come here. Now, my mother used to clean houses for one of the richest families in Aiken, South Carolina. And then she worked at this place called a cotton mill. Y'all young people don't know something called a mill, but she's working at a mill. And she said, sit down, son. And she crying, she didn't stop crying. She said, I want you to remember two things for the rest of your life. You're better than nobody. Never believe that. You're better than nobody. And nobody is better than you. She told me later what happened at her job. She was put down quite a bit by some of the people at this party. Again, she was the cleaner for one of the wealthiest families in Aiken, South Carolina. And I never forgot that. She said, son, be around people who are going somewhere. Be around positive people. You're gonna find your way in life. She said, I don't think I'm ever have the money to send you to college, but you're gonna find your way. And she said, you're destined for greatness. I need y'all to know this before I get started. I don't care what you've been through in your life, really. You're destined for greatness. Great. You got to say this. Say, I refuse to die like this.
I refuse to die like this.
I mean, you got to mean that, don't you? Right? I refuse to what? You're not going to die like this because you're going to get better. You're going to step into your what? Place of greatness. Say it. I am going to step into my place of greatness. Make some noise if you believe it. Because if you don't believe it, it's a place of greatness. And then I was a dishwasher at the Marriott, finding my way. I used to load trucks at wee hours of the morning, finding my way. I used to sweep floors and go in the barbershop to clean them, finding my way. And one day, somebody said, Jonathan, you don't need to wash dishes at the Marriott. I want to teach you how to cook. So I was a cook at the Marriott. And one of the cooks said, man, Jonathan, I want you to meet the chef. And the chef said, I like you, son. I want to teach you how to be a chef. I was finding my way. And then someone told me about something called network marketing. And they took me on a golf course, and I was a caddy, and I ran into a guy named Zig Ziglar. I was finding my way, and he said, son, I like you. You're a funny kind of dude. And I didn't know who he was, but I saw everybody laughing at his jokes. Some of the jokes were not so funny. But I was finding my way, and then he introduced me to a guy named Anthony Tony Robbins, who actually came to an event I had. I had 700 something people who paid $199 to hear this little country boy speak. And Tony Robbins was in the back. Wow. I was finding my way. He came into the back room, and I thought my secretary was lying to me. Tony's here. I'm like, stop lying to me. And then I'm sitting there, he says, you got something, son. I would hate to be against you if you're on one stage and I'm on the other. And he put me in touch with a couple of his people. I was finding my way, and then he introduced me to a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. I only worked with him one day in my life. But he put me in touch with some other people. And then one day I started working with a guy named Holton Buggs. Anybody know who Holton is? Yes. I don't know, he was only making $1.something million a month at that time. But I was finding my way. And then I ended up working with a guy named Eric Worre for a little while. And then I started thinking about what my mother said. He was born for greatness. Don't have a college degree. I did go to college for one day. My mother got very, very sick, so they allowed me to get my money back. But I gotta admit, though, I went to college. I advise all of y'all to get a higher education, even if it's for one day. Because I want you to find your way. Y'all with me here? Today, I believe somebody's going to find their way. Somebody's going to find their way. Y'all, when I saw this particular program, I was really going to retire last year. About a year ago, today almost, I was going to retire. Things went very well, as I told you, in 2017. I told I have two little kids. My other kids are all grown. And I said, it's time for Dad to be, do some things with you. And Dad's good. We're going to do some things. And then I got a call from a guy. Where is he at? There he is. 6'5", 6 foot. How tall are you, T? 6'5", 6'5". Yeah, wait till y'all hear him talk. He got that Barry White kind of voice. So as soon as he called me, I knew there was a situation. He don't call me to talk about the Charlotte Hornets or none of that, or Atlanta Hawks. I knew it was about money. And he said, I want you to listen to something. And y'all gonna see what that something is. Now I was ready to go. You know, any of y'all have your foot, you know you're about to do something and somebody pull you back. Y'all ever seen The Godfather 3? You was about to get out, but something just keeps pulling you back in. I took a look at the program that you're about to see. Then my mind started churning. Because when I saw the program, I saw it probably a little differently than you. I looked at the program, and when I look at something, I look at who can it help. Y'all with me here? Yes. Because in life, if you master a couple of things I'm gonna share with you today, your entire life is gonna change. Your entire life is gonna change. Here's one thing you gotta master. Knowing this, that it's not about you. Y'all, I need y'all to say it ain't about me. It ain't about me. Say that like you mean it. Say it ain't about me. It ain't about me. I know some of y'all saying, no, Jonathan, say it's not about me. No, I'm from the South. It ain't about me. I live in Baltimore. I'm from the hood. It ain't about me. Say it again. It ain't about me. I see a lady in the room right now. She said it ain't about me, but she's looking in the mirror. It ain't about me. No, it ain't about you. For real. It ain't about you. Right? You got to look at something with the eyes of who can it help. Because the more people you help, great things will happen for you. Y'all hear me? Yes. So when I saw this, I started thinking about the millennials. There are millennials in the house. And you know it's your time. Let me see your hands. If you're a millennial in this house and you know it's your time, I thought about you when I saw this program. I know that there's some pastors or people in the ministry in this room. When I saw this program, I thought about this could be the #1 fundraising program that you have ever had in your entire life. Any stay-at-home moms and dads in the room that need a breakthrough? You're going through a lot. Anybody, stay-at-home moms and dads? I thought about you when I saw this program. Is there any millionaire, you know you're a millionaire, you just hasn't got that check yet? I thought about you when I saw this program. Are there any renters in this house right now wanting their first home? Let me see the hands of some renters who, you ready for your first home. I thought about you when I saw this program. Any real estate or mortgage professionals in the house? Let me see. Yeah, who want to change some lives? You want to change some lives, don't you? I definitely thought about you when I saw this program. Because let me explain. This program, you're going to see that can help anyone. I'm going to say a couple of things, and then we're going to bring the speakers up who's going to go into details. Is that okay? When I looked at the program, I saw 4 bases, like baseball. Everybody know baseball in here, right? Right? There's first base, second base, third base, and you come home. I thought of first base. When I saw this program, I saw something called it's going to help everybody get an instant pay raise. Who in here could use an instant pay raise of somewhere between $300 and $1,000 a month? Would that help anybody in here? I mean, I don't know. Would that cover your car payment? If you had an extra $300 to $1,000 a month coming in, would that be okay? First base. Second base, how many of y'all can use an extra 50 to 150 points on your credit score? Anybody? Y'all need to stop lying. You lift your foot. Some of y'all should be raising your foot on that. Your life, you know what, your credit report. If I put it on the screen right now, your credit report will look like this. Right? This is no life support. You know you need that help. Right? You know? So when I saw this thing, I said, man, second base can help everybody with their credit score. Wait till you see this program. Wait till you hear the speakers. Because they got a testimony for you. Third base, it eliminates your debt. They got debt experts that'll do that for you. How many of y'all would like to get out of debt a little faster? Home, after you've saved some money and earned some money and got your credit right, wouldn't it be nice to start learning some wealth strategies?
Yes.
You know, maybe how to make money like the banks do. Maybe how to buy real estate at a massive discount. How many of y'all would like to do that? How many of your lives would be different if you had some experts teaching you those things I just shared with you? You're going to hear about it today. So for those of you in this house, millennials, pastors, mom and dad that's staying home working hard to try to make the ends meet, renters who are looking for your first home, real estate mortgage professionals, y'all get ready. Because the person I'm about to bring up right now, they're going to tell you the first part of it. And then you're going to hear from a dynamic speaker that's going to share the money with you. So not only are you going to hear about the services, y'all excited about the services, right? Yes. Well, let's be real. Some of y'all came here to make more money too, right? Yeah. Y'all mind if I bring up 2 people that share both? Right now, I'm bringing up the first. Where did I meet this lady? I know nothing about social media. I am like if you looked up man not knowing social media, you'll see me in that dictionary. He's not wrong. Kid you not. I'm telling you the truth. You know, I'm like, man, that's why I called Jeff to get me a card so I could use it on social media. But I paid a guy for 3 days to teach me something about this thing called LinkedIn. And I had 27 people in my connections in LinkedIn. 3 days later, it was a couple of hundred. A few weeks later, I got 1,000 something. This guy's a beast. And my assistant taught me to reach out to this lady on LinkedIn. I was nervous, never did it. This is just last year, y'all. Last year. I'm an old man. I finally tried it last year, so you're never too old, right? I reached out to this lady who's about to come up right now. She's a pastor. She and her husband. Her husband's in law enforcement. Just met him for the first time. He's about 6'4". He's a big dude, and he had a gun. So I said to myself, if this program ever worked, it better work now, right? He's the detective with a gun. I'm saying, Lord, please, you ever heard my cry? She's going to tell you her testimony, but I got to tell you this. Her first couple of months, she was learning the program. Last week, she turned the light on. When she turned the light on, she started empowering people and talking to the right people. And you know what I just heard last week? Y'all, she just won a Caribbean cruise for her and her husband. So y'all give it up for pastor, creator also of the Mommy Juggler, mom of 3 phenomenal children, and soon to be singing Smokey Robinson's song, Cruisin', Cruisin'. Y'all give it up for Pastor Jatasha Harris.
Doing?
Right.
Before I get started, I got to give it back to him. He's trying to leave out, but he know I was going to say something. Anyway, I want to give it back to Jonathan because he's right. Jonathan reached out to me on LinkedIn just a short while ago, and I typically don't respond to people or requests on those type of platforms because most of the time they're asking me to join something, look at something, but it was something that he shared with me and that made me stop and say, okay, let me listen to what he's saying. But before I get into that, again, as I mentioned, Jonathan has really impacted our family and changed my life tremendously in just a short period of time. And I'm so grateful for him. He really has a heart of gold, and he helped a lot of people, some of the gentlemen that you heard up here first, Jeff, and so many others, on a day-to-day basis. I see him and I hear him, I listen to him, and I'm seeing what he's doing. And so everything that he shared, his experiences, I know and I believe it was for him to go through so he can touch people like myself and others, and you all here that are here today. So again, thank you, Jonathan, for that introduction. All right, so let me get back to LinkedIn. So he messaged me on LinkedIn, and he says, I have something I want to share with you that can empower people. So because I own an empowerment company, I said, okay, let me listen to what he has to say. And so I did. I took a listen to what he had to say. We made an appointment, and then he showed me a video, and I looked at the video, and instantly I caught the vision. And then I said to myself, well, I gotta go back and share this with my husband first, because we make decisions together. And so I showed my husband. He said, just show him the video. Don't say anything to him. Just show him the video and see what he thinks. And as soon as I showed it to my husband, same thing. He caught the vision. And he said to me, if you want to do this, let's pray about it, and then we can go ahead and move forward. So we did, and here I am today. So as Jonathan mentioned, I am the pastor alongside of my husband of an online church called I Am On Purpose Global Church. And it's mainly for people who don't go to the traditional church home for whatever reason. I also own a women's empowerment company called the Mommy Juggler, and that's for women who are juggling so many things and helping everyone else, but forgetting to take care of themselves first. So, and my husband's law enforcement detective in the Raleigh-Durham area in North Carolina. So we had a plan. We already knew what we were doing. We were laser focused, and then Jonathan came and interrupted all that. But I'm so grateful that he did, because like I said, once we saw it, we caught the vision instantly. Let me grab this clicker. Just to give you a little bit of background about what you get ready to hear, of why you're here. Thank you. I'm just pressing this button. The company is called MWR Financial, and it started just a short while ago by a gentleman named Mr. Brian House. Brian House has a huge heart, phenomenal man, multi-millionaire, has earned multiple millions and helped other people do it in just a short period of time, and has been doing it for over 20 years. But what he saw was that there was a shortage somewhere, that there was a lot of people at the top 6% making a lot of money, but then there's a lot of people who were not. And he was interested of helping the people that were not making that kind of money. And so he said he wanted to put together a program. He wanted to use the strategies that he learned and the people that was connected to him that learned, but to bring it mainstream, to bring it to all of us, the ones that raised their hand and said they need extra income and credit increase. He wanted to bring that mainstream, and that's exactly what he did by creating this company called MWR Financial. So I'm going to get into, we went around the bases with Jonathan. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the bases and what they mean. So first base, I want you to follow me here. The program is our Financial Edge membership, and this membership is powerful. It's impacting people's lives. It's a personal team of financial experts that's going to help and show you proven strategies to secure you and your family's financial future. The first thing that caught my attention is the Money Max program, and that's the program that we talked about, that instant pay raise that you heard about. It's basically what it is for W-2 earners, people who get paychecks. Anybody in here work a job? Any people work jobs in here? Okay, so if you work a job, the person that invited you may have already showed you a little link that helps you to see how much money you would get back in an instant pay raise just by seeing some deductions that you may qualify for. The problem is that a lot of times we only use the 7 deductions that most of us all know about. There's 180 of them that we don't take advantage of. Well, that's what these experts, who you will be attached to in this membership, which is the Financial Edge Instant Pay Raise portion, will give you. The CPAs will give you the strategies on how to adjust your W-4, and that way you can now start to get the instant pay raise. So I didn't get a paycheck, so I said, okay, this is not gonna work for me. But Jonathan said, well, how many people do you know on your phone that does work a job? So I said, okay, but then I said, wait, my husband, he has a paycheck. So we said, we're not gonna share this with anyone until we know that this works first. So we said, okay, let's try his, because at least if it doesn't work, then we can just keep it amongst ourselves. But if it does, we're gonna tell everybody. So we submitted our information to the financial expert, which is a CPA, licensed CPA. And they told us what we needed to do. We did our consultation. They looked over our tax forms. They looked at his pay stub. Told us what to submit into his HR department. The very next pay period, my husband got an instant pay raise in his paycheck.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was. I was like, okay, this is working. So he said, well, let's wait another 2 weeks when you get paid again to see if it really is in there again. And that's, so that's why Jonathan said I started off slow because we were skeptical. And because we had been involved in other things before, you know, your name, your reputation means a lot. And the last thing you want to hear somebody say to you again is, what you doing now? What's she into? And I didn't want that. And so I said, let's really take our time and take a look at this. So the next pay period rolled around, and there it was. And that instant paycheck increase has been in that paycheck ever since day one, and it has not stopped. So give it up for the instant pay raise. Next, I'm gonna move, let me go back. To the next portion, we're gonna go to second base. So I want y'all just picturing the baseball field, okay? So we went to first base, now we're on second base. Second base is the credit restoration program. That's the part where, actually our CEO owned that part of the company for 27 years prior to starting MWR Financial. He was the owner of the credit restoration program. So we have, again, some of you may have heard of credit programs that just send you, you know, little templates to tell you what to do. No, you upload your information into the system one time, and these experts work on your behalf. And I didn't know this really worked this way until I submitted mine. And that one time is all I did. They sent me back my letter stating what they did for me. They showed me things that was deleted off my credit report, and my points went up as well. We have a whole, if you go on your Facebook, MWR testimonial page, and you'll just see streams and streams of everyone who has impacted by this program here. The points have gone up 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, anywhere from 50 to 150 points. We had one guy, his went up 143 points. So everyone is different, but these experts go toe-to-toe with these credit bureaus and fight on your behalf. So you're not alone, you're not doing this by yourself. And that's what you get under the credit repair program. And those are just, here are some examples just showing you the difference there. If you can see, 9.4 APR to 5, and just showing the increase in 29 points. You see the difference here with your auto loan, credit, and mortgage. Now we'll move on to third base, which is the debt elimination program. I don't know how many people in here, maybe nobody's has debt, I have debt. But the debt program, we got some people with debt. This debt program, another one, is powerful because it helps you to reduce your debt down in record time. And look what it says. You keep your same job, you keep your same income, you keep your same budget, pay up all your debts in record time, and monthly statements that tell you exactly what to do. So for those who have mortgage loans, those who have car loans, those who have home loans, or I said home loans, student loans, whatever that pay period and that time frame that it tells you on your statement that it's going to get cut down to, or that you're going to pay it off, the pay off date, they show you how to cut it down in record time. And almost half the time, look at this example here. I just want you to see this. This is powerful. Creditors plan. This is what your creditors tell you. You owe that. Okay, yep, I owe it. Monthly expense, yeah. Time and debt, 29 years it'll take you to pay off. And that's how much you were paying interest, $233,511. With our program, same amount, monthly expense the same for 7 years and 11 months. Y'all see the difference in time? And look how much interest to pay versus the $233. Make sense? This is what our experts do. This is what they do. And they've been doing this and changing lives on a regular basis. And then lastly is our Wealth Max. And I'm smiling because some of the people from the Wealth Max team are here. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're right in the back. So I'm not gonna go in detail because they are gonna give us some dessert after lunch. So if you want the dessert, you gotta stay after lunch. But I'll share with you what they do. They help you to now become your own bank. Some of you got money inside of a savings account, and when you look at your statement at the end of the year, you probably earned what, $5, $6, $7, something like that, if that, right? So they show you now how to become your own bank, invest in yourself, to borrow money from your account, but still earn on it as if the money is still in there. Way faster than the amount that you would get inside of a savings account. Plus teaching you how to invest into real estate without writing a check. So y'all definitely want to hear from them. These are our Wealth Max team. So these are the guys who help you now that you have all the money, because first base was your instant pay raise, second base was your credit restoration, third base now is your debt resolution. Now you have this extra money. What do? They're the ones who you want to talk to, because now they'll show you how to start investing in yourself and becoming your own bank. And just again, here's another example. At 3%, how much you would have earned in 10 years, 20, and 30 years. 6%, and then look at 12%. Do y'all see those? That's not thousands. Did y'all see those are millions? Those are millions at the bottom. All right, so this was the part here that when I listened and I said, okay, this is probably worth about, $200, $300. It can't be too much because I already told you that, we had some financial stuff going on, so you can't charge me a lot. So I figured $200, $300 of average for all of those services. But then Jonathan said to me, no, it's $79.97 a month for you to get all the services, to have all the experts on your behalf. And I said, okay, $80, me and my husband, $160. He said, you and your husband are covered under this service, under this membership. So I said, wow. He said, no contract, no setup fees, money back guarantee if it does not work. So you cannot lose. But when I said to him, wait a minute, when I saw that calculator for the pay raise part, I saw that the pay raise that we were getting was more than the $79.97. So in my mind, that sounds like the program is free, right? So he said, exactly. He said, I give $79.97 to the company. The company shows me how to get my husband's instant pay raise. We can pay off that with that and still have leftovers and have all the support and the services and the people behind us to help us get out of debt and restore our credit. He said, exactly. He said, but you gonna tell people about this? I said, if it works, absolutely. He said, well, you tell 3 people as a customer about this, your services are free. Anybody in the room know 3 people? Anybody like free?
Yes.
Okay? 3 people that you tell and they get this service and they stay active. Any 3 people actually that are active that came under you, meaning you as a customer just told 3 people and they active, your services are free. I said, I know a lot of people. He said, well, I'm also going to share with you that there's an opportunity to partner with us because this is a brand new company. There are 150 W-2 earners right now that do not know about this. That's what the facts say. That's what the statistics show. 150 million W-2 earners. We're a new company. We're just starting. As you guys can see, this is our first event in Atlanta. There's 50 states, a lot of cities in between. We can go anywhere. He said, do you want an opportunity to partner with us? To be able to help people that you're already helping in your empowerment company, that you're sharing with in your church, that's coming to you, talking to you, people that you know that are renting, people that you know are working, entrepreneurs. This program can help everyone. He said, if you're interested in that, then you can get yourself a position to be able to get paid to do what you already do anyway. And what you're already gonna do is share this information. So I'm not gonna go into the pay part, because when he showed me that part, that was it. But I'm going to bring somebody else up who will show you about that shortly. I'm going to bring Jonathan back up because he actually is going to bring this person up. She is dynamic. They're both put together phenomenal, showing us how to make this thing happen, and they're actually doing it. And I'm so grateful for them. Their leadership is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to bring back up Jonathan so he can properly introduce the next guest speaker. Thank you, Jonathan, for allowing me to speak.